morning, students. Today I am here with the BFG part 2. Now, in my first class, I explained the story of the BFG, Big Friendly Giant. And today we will discuss the question answer and reference to the question based on the story. Now, let's start. As the main character of this story is a girl whose name is Sophie. Sophie is in her bedroom, in her bed, in a dormitory, and she couldn't sleep. So, why she couldn't sleep? She couldn't sleep because a brilliant moonbeam was slanting through a gap in the curtains onto her pillow. As we know, Sophie is in her dormitory and the night was still silent and the house was completely silent. Now here question arises, how do you know the house was completely silent or still? So what is your answer? We know the house was absolutely silent and still because no voices come up from downstairs. There were no footsteps on the floor above either. Now, as we know, Sophie couldn't sleep, so she felt perhaps it was a witching hour. Now, what she felt about that time of night? She felt perhaps it was a witching hour. And what was witching hour earlier? Children, as I explained earlier, witching hour was a special moment in the middle of the night when every child and every grown-up was in deep sleep. And at all the dark things come out from hiding and had the world to themselves. Now, Sophie was alone. Sophie couldn't sleep. She is in her bedroom in a dormitory. She decided to go out of bed and close the gap of the curtain. She got punished if she was caught out of bed. Now here question arises, what happened if you were caught out of bed? So what happened? She got punished. So she got punished if she were caught out of bed, but there was no one about now. So Sophie raised her glasses, put them on, and tiptoed over to the window. When the Sophie raised the curtain, Sophie hesitated. She longed to duck underneath. And what was she longing to do? She longed to duck under the curtain and lean out of the window to see what the world looked like now that the witching hour was at hand. As Sophie wanted to show how the world looked like at the time of witching hour. And when she took what she saw? She saw in the silvery moonlight the village street looked completely different. So here question arises, how was the scene outside the window? So how was the scene? In the silvery moonlight, the village street looked completely different. The houses looked crooked, like houses in a fairy tale. Now what is the meaning of children crooked? Crooked means twisted. So houses looked crooked, like houses in a fairy tale, and everything was pale and ghostly like milky white. And here children, what is the meaning of ghostly? Ghostly means like ghost. And what is the meaning of ghost? Ghost means a dead person which is believed to appear to the living. Now, as Shafi showed, everything was completely different. Even the shop of Mrs. Rency's also looked different. Suddenly, she froze. Now, here question arises, why Sophie freeze? So, Sophie froze in fear when she saw something coming up the street on the opposite side, and it was something black, tall, thin. It was a giant. Now, what was it? It was a giant which picks Sophie and vanishes in the darkness. So, I hope children, story is clear. Go through the just listen video carefully and try to write all the question answer, exercise question answer and reference to the contest in your notebook. And here few questions are given to you for your homework. Now let's have a look. Who are the main character of the story? The BFG. Who is the writer of the story? Where is Sophie? Describe the moonbeam. Why Sophie couldn't sleep? How do you know that the house was completely silent or still? What does Sophie feel about that time of the night? What was the beaching hour? What happened if you were caught out of bed? What was she longing to do? Now next question. How was the scene outside the window and why she freeze? I hope children lesson is clear. Now complete your all the homework in your English 2 notebook. Thank you.